linebackers set the edge.
Second and 9 now from the 21.
Let's go! Green 39! Green 39! Over!
And a first carry here for Charles Sims. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. 9 yards on the pickup there as he'll be left with 3rd and 1. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1.
Hurry up, here we go! Blue, line it!
From the gun, Jackson. He's got his man. It's Andrews. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's... Going to get him a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Two minutes remain here in the first half. Back to CenturyLink Field after this. Jackson on 1st down. Now he'll escape to his right. He can't, and he will not throw it away. He goes out of bounds, well shy of the line of scrimmage, so that's a sack. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. By the way, they're into the 2nd quarter now out in Carson. It's the Chargers out to an early lead. I would definitely imagine we'll hear more from that game as we go along.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky.
Here's Jackson looking to throw on 2nd down. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Barkevious Mingo in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. Needs something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Now it's Jackson. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. Really nice pick there for the reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week. And a good story on that, he said he didn't even know he won the award. His buddy had to call him. He saw it on television and said, hey, congratulations. How about that?
And I'll bet you his buddy said, well, since you didn't know, I'll just go ahead and claim the award, right? And everything that goes along with it. But the reason he won the award the previous week and what we just saw there, instincts, understanding where the play is going and being able to make a play on the football.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's second down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Back to throw here. Hits his target. It's Adrian Peterson. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They go play action here on first down. Eluding the pressure right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%.
And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Tavon Young. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half, and you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest, we're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next series?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here. But he has been their starting quarterback for this game. So they've got to weigh things about who's behind him. Do they think he can snap it back into gear? Maybe change up the play calling to help him out a little bit.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. This quarterback now nearly perfect. 9 of 10 in this first half. It's 1st and 10. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. This from 44 yards out, left hash. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Ravens out in front. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here come the Seahawks now set to take over on offense. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think that they were just bad plays to call?
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. And they came out of the locker trailing. Not a good way to start this second half with their first drive.
Can't imagine that the discussion at halftime encompassed this at all. In fact, I'm sure they talked about, okay, kind of wipe the slate clean, start the second half, and let's go out and play the way we know that we can. That's not a great example of it.
They didn't envision that.
Watch it now, Barney. Back 99 Philly. Here we go.
They'll start on the ground. It's Rashad Penny. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. Give him 2 yards that time, and it's going to leave him with a 3rd and 11 situation.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on 3rd down. And you know what offenses want? Win 1st down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on 1st down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Watch it now, Barney.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Terrell Suggs in there to get him for a loss of 9, and that'll lead to 4th down. Now here's Michael Dixon, standing just about on his own goal line. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really...
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Bobby Wagner leading the surge there. He drops him for a loss of 6.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. Well, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41. Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. I think you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
And now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. Here's Sam Cook now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's 3rd down. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that. And thus far, they've been successful.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll set up a throw. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. On the return, it's Tate. It'll be a 45-yard punt, and couple that with a loss on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. They go play action now. Jackson. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Frank Clark in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. The Ravens on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is third down and 12. Play action. It's Jackson. Going up top. They've got his man complete. And all the way down to the 35. A big-time third down play for the Ravens. 44 yards.
No. Check. Patriot. Watch him now, Barney.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And an alley to run. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
And they'll run it here. And not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
All right, now, lucky 56.
On second down, here's Jackson. Quick slant, caught by Moore. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. On third down, that's Sims. And Sims lost it. He lost the football. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Ravens will extend their lead. Now Tucker to add the PAT. Tucker with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
He'll come out throwing here on first down. Flushed out right. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A good pickup there at 22.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Tony Jefferson. And the return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line.
Well, this is one of the downsides of being a rookie quarterback. You know you're going to get called out about everything you do that goes wrong. Here, maybe he's a little uncertain about where to go with the football. And at this level, uncertainty equals turnovers. And this one winds up being intercepted.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 46. After the interception, here's Jackson. Throw left side complete. It's Tate. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A very solid gain of 27.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. They'll run it now out of the gun. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
And they'll go with the ground attack here. Oh, the spin. He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. From the red zone now, here's Jackson on first down. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Nazir Jones in there to record another sack. Their 6th of the afternoon. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Play action. Now Jackson. He's going to let it go deep for the end. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off by the all-pro free safety, Earl Thomas. They set themselves behind the chains, tried to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back one pitch at a time. In this case, they tried to get it back right away, and it didn't work out.
Green 39! Green 39! Detroit! Detroit!
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Flush to his right. They'll lock it with a grab over the middle. And all the way down to the 40-yard line. A big play that time for the Seahawks. And even 40 yards. Back to throw now on first down. And that'll be incomplete. He was going for the tight end, Nick Vanette. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But I believe a Seahawk was able to get a handle on this, so this will remain Seattle ball.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Escaping the pressure. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hasn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense. I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit! Detroit!
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And this is going to be incomplete. The Seahawks go for it but can't convert. And the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. The Ravens offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll run it now out of the gun. Pushing his way through. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a 1st down.
And that's a good run, and I know he went out of bounds, so we could nitpick a little bit here and get on him and say, hey, make sure you stay in bounds, keep the clock running. But this stage of the game, Brandon, that's not really uppermost in his mind. He just wants to take care of the football and gain yardage.
Yeah, and they have a little bit of comfort there with it not just being a one-score game, so not too nitpicky. No, bottled up, fumble. It's out, it's loose. But it looked like a Raven was able to get in there, and they will indeed keep the possession.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. Steps away to his left. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down.
Partner, was a definite passing down, but he was able to leak out and pick up some good yardage, even though the coverage was excellent. Maybe it's not exactly how they drew it up, but they still got a big chunk of yardage on 2nd down.
On 3rd down, Jackson. And he's got his target. That's more. And he picks up the 1st down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. And they'll go on the ground. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. And on the ground they go with the running back. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a yard on the pickup, so from a good situation on 2nd and 2, it's now 3rd and 1. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Watch it now, Barney!
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. They only got 2, but that was enough as they'll convert to make it 1st and goal. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
you're 2.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the 2nd one.
2nd and goal from the 1. He'll get it up the middle. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. They'll get nothing out of that one, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think
and he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. Lamar Jackson, his 3rd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Ravens continue to pour it on. Tucker now to add the point after. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. This is taken at his 4. Shifts by him. And now running right through it. And a pretty slick return there as he's up just shy of the 45-yard line.
Even after that big-time return, it's not looking great for them today. But if nothing else, even if the miracle doesn't happen, they can turn to this play and say, hey, we can move forward. Maybe it's a building block for the rest of the season.
On the NFL scoreboard, they are in the 4th now in Carson. It's been a bit of a shootout in that one, and the Titans now leading. A win would be their 2nd on the young season. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 45. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out.
4 down, 4 down. All right, here we go. 3-19.
And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
But he was stopped on that play. But he's had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to him the rest of the game.
Detroit! Detroit! Hey, 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 hey. 4 down, 4 down, 4 down.
Now a handoff looking right. And they get him down right near the midfield stripe. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave him with a 3rd down and 6 to go. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining.
All right, here we go. Green, 39.
From midfield now, here's Jackson. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Here's Sam Cook now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. They are down big. They have not scored a single point. I don't know. Are they so defeated at this point you just want to get in the locker room, get the heck out of here?
That is one way to approach it. Sometimes coaches say, that's it, okay? It hasn't worked all game. There's no sense in doing something now. Let's get out of here. No one gets hurt. But others will look at it and say, we still have an opportunity to do something.
There's pride on the line.
Exactly. You have pride on the line, execution as you look forward and get ready for your next game, and a message to your team. We're not going to quit. No matter what the battle is, we're going to finish this thing out.
Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. And a loose football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
Well, partner, I think it's safe to say they can mark this down as extremely frustrating. Here we are in the fourth quarter, and that last play, that turnover, I think it epitomizes what happened to them all day on offense.
So symbolic, and that's why they're still being shut out. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Oh, Jackson's going to throw it. He's going to sling this deep downfield and give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
Things are rocking easy here in the fourth quarter. They've got to feel pretty good about this one. Actually, they've got to feel excellent. Tough loss in the opener. No way they wanted to go 0-2.
I don't want to read too much into it, but psychologically, is there something much bigger about 0-2 than 0-1?
Oh, without a doubt, and here's the biggest one. Guys like you and me, all the media, are going to talk about, well, you know how hard it is to make the playoffs when you start 0-2, and that starts to work its way through a team.
And now they're working towards 1-1. Tucker with the extra point, and the lead will swell by one more. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. And out now come the Seahawks. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. One final shot. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. The storyline of this one, Charles, no doubt the number 0. Zilch, nada. A shutout so hard to do in the NFL.
It really is, and what an accomplishment, because you feel that not just on the defensive side, but as a full team. There's a lot of pride that goes into shutting out an opponent. And how about that 0 on the scoreboard for them, going along with those zeros in the time column too.
So for Baltimore, they did what they needed to do. They split their first 2 road games of the year. And they'll have another road date next week with the Cincinnati Bengals. Meanwhile, for Seattle, they will fall to 1-1. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Santa Clara to take on the 49ers. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.